ఏంగా అదే తను
Hello everyone. Hello Harshini.
Hi, ma'am. Hi.
Yes. Hello Harshini.
Hi, ma'am. Hi.
I want someone to mute themselves. Hello Harshini.
Hi, ma'am. Hi.
I want someone to mute themselves. Hello Harshini.
Hi, ma'am.
अपनी वीडियो में नहीं मैंने क्या कहा पर कर ले ऐड रहेंगे इसमें तो म्यूट तो नहीं है
Yes, so here we are in the second session. I'll tell you all quickly as to what we are going to discuss in this session. Yes, so here we are in the second session. Yes, so I think all the technical issues have been resolved and we're good to go. Yes, so on screen, I'll just rename Harsha. Yes, so we have Harshini and Harsha who are here specifically to talk about their exemptions in FR and AFM. I'll just share you the screen to create some context. Is my screen visible?
yes
Yes, so now I want all of you to pay attention because this is going to be an insightful conversation as to what helped them get those marks in that paper, which in turn helped them to get that aggregate and clear that group. So let's begin. First, Harshini, hi, congratulations. I think this is the first webinar after becoming a CA. So yes, Harshini.
Thank you.
So Harshini has a very special case study, so to say, because she got exemptions in 5 out of 6 papers, which is FR, AFM, DT, IDT, and of course, IBS, she already had an exemption. So 5 out of 6 exemptions is not an easy task for anyone to get, and she made it possible. So Harshini, yes, take us through what was your preparation, how did you prepare in the first place when...
Hey, I'm sleeping right now. Can you wait?
Hey,
Can someone... Yes.
Why are you not muted?
Mine is muted. Yours only doesn't mute.
Done? I hope all the discussion is done there. Yes. Yes, Harshini. So in group one, especially getting exemption in both FR and AFM, what helped you get exemption in FR and AFM, and how getting exemption in FR is very different from getting an exemption in AFM? I want you to quickly summarize on this front.
Okay, so if you're coming to HLS, my preparation is very unorganized, I would say. So in FR, I would never touch the module 4, that is predominantly business combination consolidation, all that part. So after coming there, discussions with you helped me just break the barrier that I had, the inhibition to just touch those chapters. And after that, after solving sums, we used to have group discussions on those topics, and that really helped for me to solve sums, understand conceptually better. So that helped in covering more syllabus for FR, which I would say is one step closer to getting the exemption. And in AFM, I had conceptual clarity on all the basic chapters, but not really with forex and derivatives. And theory, I would not study. I wouldn't prioritize theory in AFM. But after coming there, I have also studied theory and derivatives. All Ravali had really helped out for just one day before the exam. She explained in very detail, which really helped for the exam because I was panicking what will happen because I was taking a lot of time. After coming to HLS also, my primary focus was on group 2 because group 2 was my weakest.
Definitely lag there, yes.
So I was confident with AFM, but not I didn't expect I would score an exemption, but pretty confident I would pass 50. So I didn't put more effort into AFM. So that created a lag in preparation. I would say there was a lot of break for my AFM. So coming before the exam to tackle it again, I think the moral support all helped really a lot. And the other part is mock exams, taking mock exams. So after predominantly major part of the syllabus is covered, when I was able to take mock exams very with good preparation, all the exam mistakes that I made, learning from those and not repeating those mistakes, changing all those mistakes helped a lot.
Okay. So to summarize, it is mock exams, understanding where you went wrong. Second is earlier gaps, whatever you realize that you had those gaps, fixing those immediately. And the third is even before the exam, getting some quick insight into topics that you thought will give you more marks. That is with respect to FR and AFM. Harsha, now here, I would just like to add, yes, Harsha also scored. Can you tell me your marks, Harsha?
FR it was 63 and AFM 83.
Yes, so 63 and 83. First of all, my honest question is, did you expect you would get so many marks?
No.
Because I'm intrigued and I really want to know what did you actually feel when you looked at the mark sheet? Because once you sent me the mark sheet, I was shocked. I was shocked for a 2 minutes to, fathom that okay, it's possible for someone to get such huge numbers in both the subjects. So yes, Harsha, quickly, the same question to Harshini. I want to put it across to you. How was it different? Getting an exemption in both the subjects is great. Of course, it is great. But how was it different in terms of getting an exemption in FR, and how was it different in terms of getting an exemption in AFM? And one, which one did you expect and which one did you not expect? And how was the journey?
So for FR, though, I did not expect at all that I'll get exemption. I was like 50 plus could be there, but not exemption.
Okay.
So for FR, it was like whatever high weightage chapters are, we should be good with those. And then managing your speed in the paper, attempting highest possible. And then, of course, matlab, practicing more. That I used to practice with the papers itself. And in AFM, it's more about catching the tricks from the question and making sure for FRFM both, it's making sure like plus minus should go right and picking the right information from the question and processing the question in the right way. That is same, but for difference, AFM is more like catching the tricks where they can make the question difficult. For FR, it's more about remembering the standard formats and then putting it on paper with time management.
According to you, which subject an exemption is a little easier in order to, clear the group?
I think AFM is easier because even if I wouldn't have this much of effort, I wouldn't have put the 60 plus was like achievable because AFM has less syllabus, which can be done multiple times. But FR is very overwhelming subject. Also, it's the first exam, so you're not very sure and you're not in the mind of giving exam and everything. AFM tak aate aate it sets a tone for you. So, yeah.
Yes. So limited syllabus, multiple revisions can help
Hmm.
you in AFM. In FR, it is largely process oriented, and hence it can help you in getting an exemption in FR, right?
Yes.
Now, these are the things that have helped you largely. Now, we have students who want to get those scores, they want to aim at the similar scores in FR and AFM. According to you, what are the top 3 things that they should follow to get the same outcome or similar outcome?
So first thing to obviously EMT, which is writing mock tests, because from the exam itself you'll get to know where you're lacking, you're lagging behind. Otherwise, तो कितना भी study कर लो, कितना भी पढ़ लो, you don't see the score improvement. So that is the one thing most important. मतलब वही है. Second, obviously, day end revision, of course, because it leads you to multiple revisions of the difficult formulas itself and how to process this question. Multiple revisions हो जाता है DER करके. And third important tip would be trusting yourself. When you're solving a question, even if you're not gone into the concepts, even if you don't know anything, it is that some common sense is built. You are in final, you have internal knowledge, you have foundation का knowledge, plus minus. So some base is already built. तो वो सब advance है. So you can put some brain of your own without going into concepts that will help you build trust in yourself. Analytical approach, which we say.
So exam mistake tracking, continuous revisions, and analytical approach to a particular paper.
Yes, yes.
Those are the top 3 things. And back at you, Harshini. So when, again, it's not about clearing, right? Clearing it can happen at 300, it can happen at 310.
Yes.
But the extra margin that you clear with, the more peace of mind that you have. Once you put in that effort, you have a little bit of peace of mind. You're not worried that, it can be plus 10 or minus 10. You don't want to fall in that gray area. You want to completely sweep out and steer clear from the fear of failure. So in that regard, what 3 things would help a student going ahead in September exams? What 3 things would help them get a target score of 63 or, closer to 70s in FR and AFM?
So I can share what works for me. Right? So the
Okay.
first thing is, as Harsha had mentioned, taking up more mock exams. Because one thing was EMT trackers, yes, but since FR is definitely going to be a lengthy paper, time management will be an issue. So taking up more mock exams will help you understand how much time you have for each question and help us cover more marks. So that is one thing. And second, uh, we had a file for all the formats, right? For business combination, what are the steps to be done? For consolidation, what are the steps to be done? For
Yes.
financial instruments, for various questions, how to approach. If you have a structure in your head, it would become easier to approach a question. So first thing is you have to understand the syllabus and just structure it, like how to answer each type of question. What are the different types of questions? That helped a lot, and more practice and revisions. Of course, yes, it helped them.
Okay. So that is with respect to the exam part, right? Practicing is probably that happens after reasonably syllabus is done. Exam happens after reasonably, you know what is there in the wider picture of how a subject is, what are the concept that exists. But for a person, let's say, who doesn't have much idea of, who doesn't have an in-depth knowledge, from that starting point, how do you think they can approach this subject and get an exemption?
So first, I would to add like index mapping for any from any book, like from study material or a faculty book whatsoever. Index mapping would give you an overview of the entire syllabus, which would bring out the fear of like itna syllabus pada hai, we don't know nothing about it and all that. So index mapping one, and then second is understanding a concept and just practicing 2 or 3 questions maximum. Either it's a basic question or advanced level, whatever, just 2 3 questions. Not getting carried away with multiple questions in same concept. So it will build a little base in every chapter, which will give you 50% of marks in every question. Later, when we start scoring 40 or something, then we can move into writing papers and everything.
Okay, so it is necessary to build a base to get that score. Now, in
Yes.
terms of building that base, there are various techniques. Like you said, index mapping might be one such technique. Understanding what is the flow of the chapter and then first hitting basic questions, that might be one of the technique. So, Harshini, what is your thought in this regard? Because see, your both starting points are very different.
Yes.
Because Harshini was very clear that her she has a reasonable coverage. Earlier, when we saw the marks, they were in the range of 30s, right? Harsha, till now, she's never attempted Group 1 full-fledgedly. So it might be even a lower starting point. So how do you approach from where you've started?
So for me, I had taken classes, but it was very long back. So when that happens, we generally tend to watch revision classes and we want to brush up concepts. But what I decided was to practice on my own so that I would learn from my mistakes rather than solving with the faculty. It is an easier approach, but in the long run, practicing on your own would help. And for subjects, chapters that I didn't have clarity, we used to discuss as a group, or with Manjumam, we too had like for financial instruments and all, we had interventions, how to solve a sum, all that really.
Understood. So even though classes might form a base, doing on your own, getting your hands dirty, getting your hands in the game is what fetches you more marks, because listening to a class is always comfortable, whereas doing it on your own is not so comfortable. You get to know where you actually are and what you lack. So knowing these 2 points will help you get to where you want to be, right? Yes, fair. Now, all the students who are listening to this, I want you to type in the 3 things that, probably we've been speaking since the past 20 minutes. So 3 key takeaways, whatever you've understood, and what do you want to follow in the chat box so that I'll understand whether you understood or not. Yes, I want each of the student to write what did they pick from this. Yes.
So all of you mentioned the three things. Harshni, so one thing which is common most of the time is day and recall EMT, right? Oh, you're muted. Harshni, you're muted.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so day and revision, EMT. What else?
Practicing the questions.
And
And managing time.
okay.
When we practice, time management will improve.
Would this be enough?
Also, so like having formats for different questions,
Hmm.
like for consolidation, how to approach a question, stepwise formats, and for business combination. For all the big chapters, if you have formats, that would help you.
Okay. I think everybody has texted it. Okay, so I think the pathways to both the papers are now sorted for all of you. What has to be done for both these papers are reasonably sorted, FR and AFM, right? So what is left is how do we create the complete blueprint for you to go ahead and clear the individual exams, right? Okay. Any questions regarding this FR and AFM discussion? Do you guys have any questions in this regard? Any of you, any questions? Harshini, you want to add anything else?
As of now, though, I told what all I had.
Okay, so whatever has to be conveyed is conveyed, right? So we'll do one thing. Now we'll give you some time. So for all of you, I think we'll take the last blueprinting completely offline. So you will be left with your singular blueprint. Okay. So 3:30, I want all of you to prepare a single page plan. I want all of you to prepare a single page plan. Meanwhile, we'll look into your insights from your respective mentors. We'll just check it from the back end in terms of where you are. So by probably 4 o'clock and 4:30ish, you'll be having your single page blueprint in terms of what you need to do for you to go ahead and clear your exams in the upcoming September. Would that work? So from your side, you create a plan based on all the insights. What is it you want to do in the morning? What is it you want to do? The entire thing until September. This is exactly what I want you guys to do. From our end, we'll verify it, validate it, and finalize it. So the only thing which will be left out is implementation improvement. By today, we'll be concluding the plan entirely. Is that clear? Would that work out? Okay. So Ashni, once these guys prepare that entire plan, if there are any specific queries or concerns, we'll reach out to you. Okay. So this is exactly how we are going to work on this. And you also keep me, based on the discussion yesterday, you also keep me posted on how your
Yes, sir.
the campus placement is going on, and we'll work on that further. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right, guys. So this is where we conclude this process here. Next, we'll move to completely offline, and the end of the day's outcome is a complete blueprint for you to go ahead. Clear? Are we good? So half an hour is enough for you?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right, guys. All right. We'll meet at 3:30 then. Thank you, Harshni then. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.